Picture this for a moment. Someone tells you something beautiful, something sincere, and you, almost without realizing it, toss it right back. It was nothing. Anyone would have done the same. It was just luck. You say it fast, as if the compliment were something burning in your hands, as if holding on to it would somehow hurt you. Now picture a different scene. Someone offers you help. Simple, uncomplicated help. And your body answers before you do. No, really, don't worry about it. I can handle it myself. It's fine, just leave it. On the surface, it looks like strength. But underneath, many times it is something else entirely. Because there is a silent gesture that has been with us for years without us even noticing. Closing the hand. Not the physical hand, but something far deeper, far more intimate. We close that inner hand when someone gets too close, when life brings us something good, when the world reaches out to us, when a gift arrives that we don't feel we earned. And then that strange ache appears, the one almost nobody admits to, the difficulty of receiving. Receiving affection without suspicion, receiving recognition without shrinking it down, receiving help without drowning in guilt, receiving opportunities without quietly destroying them from the inside. And the most striking part is that sometimes life truly does give, but we stand there receiving with a clenched fist, as though we were trained to move in only one direction, doing, enduring, fixing, controlling, as if receiving were dangerous, as if receiving made you fragile, as if accepting something good put you in someone's debt. And this is where a question enters that seems simple but changes everything when you truly face it. What if the problem was never that life doesn't give to you, but that you don't allow yourself to receive? Not out of malice, not out of lack of faith, but because of a pattern you learned so long ago, you no longer even question it. That pattern shows up in the smallest everyday details, in the awkward flush when someone praises you, in the quick laugh that cuts the moment short before it becomes too real, in that automatic phrase that falls from your lips without thinking, "It's really not a big deal," in that need to explain yourself as though receiving something good required justification to make it acceptable. And when you look at it closely, you realize it isn't humility at all. It is resistance, a polished, well-rehearsed way of saying, "No, that doesn't belong to me." Today, we are going to talk about the art of receiving, but not as shallow motivation, as an inner practice, a way of making room inside ourselves, of no longer blocking the flow of what was already on its way. There is something curious that happens right after that automatic rejection. We don't notice it right away, but the body registers it perfectly. When we brush off a compliment, something contracts within us. When we push away help, something tightens. When we insist we don't need anything from anyone, something hardens inside. That is not strength, that is pure defense. We were taught that receiving puts us in debt, that accepting makes us small, that opening the hand means exposing ourselves to danger. And so we learned to live with clenched fists, waiting for an abundance we paradoxically refuse to let in. But the Tao never spoke of deserving. It never spoke of winning. It never spoke of proving anything to anyone. That is why the Tao always points downward, not as a moral lesson, but as a faithful description of how life naturally flows. Everything that descends finds a place to rest. Water does not climb to the summit. Rain does not argue with anyone. The seed does not force its way through the earth. It simply falls. and it is received. What opens, receives. What hardens, resists. Not out of evil, but out of fear. And that fear is not always something we are aware of. It lives in the quick reflex of saying, "It was nothing." In the discomfort of staying silent when someone pays you a compliment. In the urgency to give something back immediately, as if receiving without instant repayment were somehow risky. The Tao observes all of this without passing any judgment. It does not say it is wrong. It only reveals a silent but undeniable consequence. What is not received cannot stay. What is not allowed to enter ends up passing right by. And here an uncomfortable truth surfaces. Many times it is not life that withholds from us. We are the ones who do not know how to receive. Not because we are selfish, but because we confuse dignity with control. We believed that being strong meant never needing anything from anyone. But the Tao suggests something very different. True strength lies in being able to open without breaking apart. The valley loses nothing by receiving the river. On the contrary, it becomes fertile. And perhaps, just perhaps, you are not exhausted from giving too much, but from never allowing yourself to receive what life is offering you. There is a subtle but decisive difference between receiving and clinging. The Tao does not invite us to ask more than what is already here. It invites us to release what is squeezing us tight. Because many times we believe we are not receiving, when in reality, we are busy proving ourselves constantly. Proving we are capable. Proving we can do it alone. Proving we don't need anyone by our side. But life does not respond to demonstrations. It responds to openness. The valley does not prove it deserves the water. It does not justify itself to anyone. It does not compare itself to the mountain. It is simply there, empty, available. And that is precisely why the water reaches it. Receiving is not passivity. It is a form of deep attention. Receiving is allowing something to happen without immediately stepping in, without correcting it, without diminishing it. It is giving yourself one more second when something good appears and not rushing to neutralize it. That single second is the threshold where everything can shift. There, an old habit cracks open, the habit of closing down before feeling. Because receiving means feeling, and feeling means vulnerability. Accepting a compliment is letting something touch you on the inside. Accepting help is admitting you are not an island. Accepting support is recognizing that not everything rests solely on your shoulders, and that, to the ego, is terrifying. That is why the ego prefers control. That is why it prefers constant effort. That is why it prefers merit as the only legitimate path. But the Tao does not operate through merit. It operates through resonance. It does not reach the one who struggles the hardest, but the one who creates inner space. And space is not created by accumulating. It is created by letting go. Letting go of the need to defend ourselves. Letting go of the urgency to repay everything instantly. Letting go of the idea that receiving somehow makes us less than what we are. Maybe what we need to learn is not how to attract more things into our lives. Maybe it is something simpler and at the same time far more difficult. Learning to stay open when something good arrives without sabotaging it from within. Like the valley that does not chase the river, it does not control it. It does not hold it captive. It receives it and lets it flow freely.
There is something almost nobody notices. The body reacts before the mind when something good shows up. A compliment, an unexpected invitation, a hand reaching out toward you. Before any thought forms, the chest tightens, the breath shortens, the shoulders rise with tension. There lies the naked truth. It is not an abstract idea, it is a physical reflex. We learned to close ourselves off so early in life that we no longer question it. Closing off so we don't have to see. Closing off so we don't become dependent. Closing off so we don't leave ourselves exposed. But the Tao does not speak of closing. It speaks of emptying. And emptying is not losing anything. It is no longer occupying spaces we don't need to fill. When a bowl is full of fear, it cannot receive water. When it is full of pride, it cannot either. That is why the real work does not begin in the mind. It begins in the body. In that tiny instant when something arrives and we feel the urge to send it back, to minimize it, to escape the situation. In that moment, we don't have to do anything heroic or extraordinary. Just not close down. Breathe. Stay present. Feel the discomfort without trying to fix it right away. Because that discomfort is not real danger. It is the sensation of opening when you are not in the habit of doing so. The Tao calls this softness, not weakness. Softness. The softness of water that does not resist the shape of whatever holds it, but does not vanish inside it either. The softness of someone who receives without offering explanations, without justifying themselves, without raising their defenses. Perhaps the deepest practice we can cultivate is not to change the life we have, but to allow life to reach us just as it is. Not to run ahead of it trying to steer everything, not to push it with force, not to slam the door shut in its face. Just to be available when it arrives. Like the valley. Quiet. Open. Enough in itself. There is a very widespread confusion that the Tao never shared. We believe that receiving places us in a lower position than others, as if accepting something made us smaller. But look at nature carefully. The mountain does not receive. The valley does. And that does not make it any less important. It is indispensable to the entire ecosystem. Everything that nourishes passes through the low ground first. Water does not rise through brute force. Life does not work that way either. When someone cannot receive, they are not being strong at all. They are tense. And tension does not hold anything together for very long before it cracks. That is why so many people live exhausted down to their bones, not from giving too much to others, but from never letting anything in. They exhale constantly. They never inhale deeply. They pay attention to everything outside themselves. They never receive any attention in return. They hold and hold without stopping, but they never truly rest. And then they wonder why everything feels so heavy. The Tao does not propose additional effort on top of what we already carry. It proposes balance. Breathing in is just as vital as breathing out. But culturally, we only applaud half the process. We were taught to produce, to deliver, to demonstrate our worth. We were not taught to receive without guilt creeping in. That is why receiving feels strange, almost foreign, not because it is something bad in itself, but because it was never practiced with the same dedication. Like a muscle that was forgotten for years. And no muscle wakes up without some discomfort at first.
There is another detail that almost never comes up in these conversations. Receiving is not the same as taking. Receiving is allowing. Taking involves tension and control. Receiving involves trust and quiet surrender. When we take, we close the hand tight. When we receive, we open it with calm. And that difference changes absolutely everything. The Tao does not speak of merit. That belongs to human language and its constructions. The river does not wonder whether it deserves to reach the sea. It simply flows toward it. The rain does not evaluate who is worthy of receiving it. It falls without question. Life does not negotiate terms with us. It offers itself as it is. We are the ones who raise barriers and set conditions. When the timing is right, when it is enough, when it won't bother me, when I won't owe anyone anything. But the Tao does not wait for us to be ready. The Tao passes, and whatever is not open simply is not touched by it. There is no punishment in this. There is natural coherence. A sealed container does not receive water, not because the water rejects it on purpose, but because there is no available space inside. Maybe you are not deliberately blocking life. Maybe you are simply full of defenses you no longer need. And that too is deeply exhausting. It is not about throwing everything open at once or exposing yourself without any limits whatsoever. It is about noticing when you close down for no real reason. It was nothing. I can handle it on my own. I'll get to it later. That is exactly where the real practice begins. Not in the grand decisions that shake our lives, but in those small daily moments where life tries to enter gently, and we decide whether to shrink away or to remain present. Maybe what we need to learn is not how to receive more things, but how to stop preventing the ones that are already coming our way. Life does not stop or hold itself back. It is flowing at every moment. What tends to be rigid is the channel we try to force it through, the way we plant ourselves in front of it with all our demands and resistance. The Tao does not ask you to change who you are at your core. It does not demand that you suddenly fling yourself open as if nothing happened, or trust blindly in everything, or become a different version of yourself. It only invites you to lower your guard in the moments where there is no need to keep it raised, to not close your hand when there is no threat, to not justify yourself when no one is accusing you of anything, to not harden yourself when there is no danger in sight. Receiving does not make you dependent, it makes you available for life. And there is an enormous difference between the two. Dependence is born from fear. Receptivity is born from inner calm. When you are calm, you do not need to defend yourself from the good things that arrive. You do not need to flee from kind words. You do not need to explain your tiredness to anyone. You do not need to display your strength like a shield. You simply allow it. And something settles into place inside you on its own, not because you forced it with willpower, but because you stopped interrupting its natural course. Maybe today you do not need to do anything new or extraordinary. Maybe it is enough to notice where you are clenching without realizing it, where you say no out of pure habit, where you minimize by automatic reflex, where you rush ahead to reject before life has even finished offering you something. Right there, at that exact point, lies the threshold that separates the old from the new. The Tao does not enter with noise. It does not force any door open. It does not insist or beg. It happens when there is enough space for it to come through. If this message resonated with you in any way, you do not need to promise anything grand. Just observe with attention. The next time someone offers you something, a kind word, sincere help, a warm presence, notice your very first impulse, and before you close down, take a deep breath.
Maybe today, receiving is the quietest and at the same time most powerful thing you can do. With calm, with respect, with inner space. And if this message brought you something meaningful, if you feel these reflections could help you or someone you know, we invite you to subscribe to our channel, Wisdom of the Self. Every time you subscribe, you help us tremendously to keep creating content like this. Your support makes it possible for us to produce many more videos dedicated to accompanying, inspiring, and serving this community that grows every day. Together, we can bring these ideas to more people who need them. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here and for being part of this journey.